Hello everyone, my name is Marcel Mathis. I'll be doing a presentation on the training process for the manager of the Springfield Hospital. For the agenda today, we will be going over for the managers the problem and the need that has to be changed for the situation, the plan change, the process of that, the stockholders and group that involved with the change. And then we'll go over the technology that drives the process of change. And mainly to summarize an open discussion for any questions, comments, or concern. Okay, managers, here are the problem. The problem that we are having is that the drugs are mainly being confused and mixed up with other drugs that have similar names. And mainly when the drugs are being taken by the customers, it causing harms and danger to them. And mainly some have died from it. The change of what we need to do as a corporation and company is mainly we need to create a computer system that's set up and organize and capitalize all the drugs that have similar names and mainly capitalize them and make sure that the right name is viewed on the drugs and have it where nobody be confused about what drug it is for. Mainly to do the change, we need to get a plan started. So a plan would be how to plan out the change and what we need to do step by step. Mainly getting the knowledge, recapping what the problem is, getting the knowledge and understanding of what's going on, and work on a plan. Mainly, second thing I would say with this is after the plan, we need to make sure that all managers get an understanding, a comprehension of the change. This is a good reason why. It's because mainly getting an understanding of it, of the process, is mainly to know, like a manager know what they're doing, so they'll be able to do their job with the change. Third thing would be mainly after the understanding the manager will get from the change, then they will start teaching and explaining things to the staff. Mainly teaching the plan of the process to the staff so they can get on board and change up their behavior patterns so they were able to perfect the plan. Mainly with the stockholders and group are important because they are the ones that are doing the operation. Talking about the plan and why is definitely something that we need to discuss as manager with the student to the stakeholder in the group, so they will know and get an understanding about why the change happened, what happened, so they'll be aware of the problem to help fix it. Mainly help the employee to understand the process is something that is definitely critical, so they were able to do the process. Teaching the change will come about and making sure that they get a comprehension about the change and help them change their pattern behavior of what they need to do to do what they need to do. Not need, but should do for the new process change. Mainly for the technology of building the computer system, I would say this, for the manager, help the technology people get an understanding of the change and why it happened. So mainly, just explain the problem and what went on and why. And mainly they would give the tech people an understanding of how to create the system and make a plan for that. Understanding the system that's being created, understanding what's going on, and understanding what to do about it. So mainly when you create the system, you'll be able to know how to change it. Performing sub-tests and tests. So I would say that mainly making sure that the sub-tests are being tested because each parts play a part of the system. Where a sub part mess up, then the whole system will mess up. So mainly my recommendation is to do a sub test of all the parts and do a test on the whole system. Let's do a recap on everything I went over. So the problem is the drugs that have similar names to another drug are being taken by the wrong customers and mainly harming them as well. The change that can be done is create a system that help categorize and separate them. And the plan process is mainly creating a plan to make the change happen. So the stockholder groups, we can make sure that they understand what's going on, make sure that the change is happening, and make sure they understand and we teach them as managers what to do. The technology, we can make sure that they understand as well the situation, the problem, and the change that's going to happen. And making sure that they are able to create a system for that. And mainly managing them to do tests run on the small parts of the system and mainly do a system test as a whole. And mainly as manager, making sure that we oversee everything and making sure that our job is being done. Any questions, comment, or concerns? Thank you very much for your time.